Hi, I'm Phil Soussan and welcome to another one of my bass masterclass series. And today we're going to continue with the Dio tradition and we're going to look at a very, very big song for Dio, which was the Holy Diver track, which came from the album of the same name, released in 1983. I think as a single, Holy Diver made it up to about, I'm not sure, don't quote me, I think it's 40 on the charts. However, it is one of the most popular and most played tracks. And once again, what we'll do is I'll go through and I'll play the track and then we'll break it down, we'll take it apart and we'll see if there's some interesting notes to take from the way I play it and from the way that Jimmy played it. Of course, Jimmy Bain played the track, the original track, and we play it in Last in Line as well. I think we'd get lynched if we didn't play it, so we always do play it. So here we go, without any more delay, Holy Diver.
Hold
Holy Diver and the bass parts therein. Obviously Jimmy Bain played this, and the most characteristic thing I think of this track is the triplet galloping feel thing that it comes up in so many different tracks, like Heaven and Hell, for example, with the... And that's the basic verse pattern. There are 4 verses in this song, so they play, that comes up in each verse. While we're on the subject of these triplets, I want to talk about note placement and where you choose to place those notes with respect to the drums. So you could play them in one of 3 places. You could play them right on the beat, you could play them right a little tiny bit ahead of the beat, and you could play them a little bit behind the beat. Now, I think most people have a tendency to want to play slightly ahead of the beat. And I'll play that. I've got a drum machine here. I'll play that both ways, and you can see if you can tell the difference. That was playing it on top of the beat. It has energy, it's sprightly, it's pretty cool, right? Now I'm going to play it a little bit behind the beat and see if you can tell the difference. It's very, very subtle. You might not tell the difference right now, but when you're playing it in a band, it makes all the difference. So when you're playing right on top of the beat, you have that energy. It sounds like you're driving and you're going forward and pushing everything forward. It definitely has energy. When you play behind the beat, you are exchanging energy for power, and then it starts to sound really heavy. And that's really what you want to do. You want to have that. In a band, when you start to play like that, it brings an incredible amount of power and energy to the band. Guitar players tend to play up ahead of the beat for obvious reasons. They want to have that driving energy. I'm sure you're familiar with that kind of chugging, pushing sound. And then it becomes up to down to us bass players to lock in with the drums and pull it back a little bit and create that depth of power. And so that's a very, very important thing. I would thoroughly recommend that you practice with a drum machine or with a metronome and see if you can find where your note placement lies and how to master it. It takes a long time to do it, and it really differentiates good bass players from great bass players. So that's a very important thing. Let's talk a little bit about the song. So obviously the verse is pretty much what we just played. I do apologize for the rattly sound. This is my microphone picking up the string noise. If I turned it off, it would sound like this. So please excuse the rattling. Now, once we get through the first verse, we get into a sort of a midsection, or sorry, a pre-chorus or whatever you want to call it. It hits the A flat. And it comes back into the intro riff. So you've got the verse, you've got that little A flat, and then a little re-intro. We go into a second verse, and after the second verse, once again, we do the same thing. And then after that, we then get into our chorus. And our chorus is the... And it repeats those, it alternates the... It it alternates going to the G. But let's have a look at some of the slides I put in there to give some more expression. So, whoops. Ending on a fifth chord gives a little bit more power. But you can see I'm using slides to give more and more expression. Slides up, slides down. Anything I can do to add more expression to the parts is going to be very, very useful. Now, once we get out of that, we go into another verse, and then we come out into the solo section. The solo section has those stabs. We actually play it different live, but on the record, it's... And then I want to talk about this. There's some very, very cool stuff in here. So the chords are basically going from A flat to B flat, and it repeats twice. A flat, B flat, A flat, B flat, but the bass plays the root, and then the root of the B flat, and then it plays a C, which is the third note of the A flat, right? So A, there's your third, which is a C. If you add an octave to that, you get your major 10th. I'm sure you're familiar with that sound. It's Walk on the Wild Side, many other things. So what's happening is the bass is choosing to play root, root, third, third, and the effect is this. It adds a new dimension. So I would consider sometimes veering away from the root. Sometimes play the root. The obvious one is to take the fifth, of course. Take the fifth. And then you can also experiment with the third, or, you know, if you add an octave to that, that becomes the 10th as well. I do a lot of that stuff. I think it just adds more musical interest. Anyway, Jimmy did that. And so after that, there's a break, which I slide down. We go back to the last verse. What's cool about this is I slid and came down and started playing those triplets in time again. It differentiates the two parts. So the first part has this legato stuff with all these slides going on. It's very, very cool. And then I want to drop right back down into that riff again without interruption. And the best way for me to do that is I'm sure you can hear that once we get into the C. Bang, you're right back there in the pocket. And I love doing that kind of stuff. After that, we get into the, we go to the outro. And the outro is... It alternates those two. And I start adding these little bits, just to add a little variation in what's going on. And then I'll even go in and add some chords, which is really cool. I'll slow that down. anything you can do to start to build and add chords. We only have one other guitar player in the band, so if I can cover some more chordal information, then that's going to bring more to the party, and it's going to make everything sound cool. Anyway, that's it. Holy Diver, hope you enjoyed this, hope you found it interesting. I hope you're enjoying these videos, because I'm certainly enjoying making them. Thank you so much for all the comments. Please subscribe. If you subscribe, it's good. If you don't, that's okay, but not as good as good. Or not as good as subscribing. But please, I really enjoy reading the comments and answering the questions. Thank you for writing all of those. I do get to them, and I try to answer them as quickly as I possibly can. But if you're enjoying these, please come back. I'm going to be doing some more of these. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. See you next time.